Hey, we got big stuff happening today. Valve finally dropped their next big hardware. Should Xbox be worried? Maybe, maybe. We finally got details on the long rumored Horizon MMO game. There's a video and everything, but we're not going to show that because we don't want to get a copyright strike. And PlayStation dropped their state of play geared towards Japan, and boy, was it Japanese. All this and more on this episode of Press X to Start Gamers Digest. Of course, it's not going to work. Of course. Jeez. Pretend I played the intro. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka my little Steam thingy, Bob's Steam Deck? Steam Deck? What is this thing called? Is this not Steam Deck? The little Stream Deck. Never works. I am joined by
Sean MF Ross.
What does the MNF stand for?
I got nothing to.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Good thing this episode has a lot in it. So hopefully by the end of this episode, you'll have something for us.
Hey.
All right. That is who we are. This is Press X Start Gamers Digest, a video game news show that condenses the most important game news from this past week into an hour-long meal just for you. We are live on YouTube every week when we can make it. Sometimes it's not exactly on a Tuesday. It's not exactly on a Monday. Sometimes it's on a Wednesday, like today. Today is Wednesday. Okay, cool. Because life is hard.
But releasing the Epstein files are easy.
You would think, right? Don't forget, you can support us by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. I put the "and" there, and I shouldn't have, because I want you to do more than that. I want you to hit the notification bell. Yes, the notification bell. Make sure you like this, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's 3 things. I think you can handle that. If you're listening, please do us a solid and leave us a review or tell a friend, depending on if you're moving. I don't want you to write a review while you're moving. That's dangerous. You can get hurt with healthcare nowadays. So yeah, if you want, you can join our Discord by going to pressx2start.com/Discord. All right. With that out the way, let's jump into the gaming news with number 1. Valve's new Steam machine is a SteamOS-powered mini PC over 6 times faster than a Steam Deck. This comes to us from PC Gamer by way of Jacob Ridley. Sean.
Yo.
Because we actually shared this at pretty much the exact moment in our Discord. I'm gonna get the little starter video ready, but what's your how'd you feel about this?
Very interesting, because I am interested in playing some games, PC games. I feel like I have enough portable things. Like, I want a Steam Deck, but I mean, I got the Switch, I got the PlayStation Portal. How much more time am I gonna, spend playing that?
Yeah.
Plus, some games I feel like I just want to sit down and play. I don't know, I'm weird. But I'm very interested in it. On the TV.
Yeah.
They just dropped it out the blue. That's so random.
So here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
They're actually doing okay. So I was perusing on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say maybe Monday. No. Tuesday at some point. Yesterday at some point, I was on just going through my little Reddit stuff, and in the one of the rumor subreddits I follow, Bilbo Coon, I believe it was Bilbo Coon, said that there is going to be a big announcement dropping tomorrow, which is today.
Yep.
And it will be earth shattering or earth shaking or whatever. And the post, the immediate post under that, or the immediate reply under that, was Half-Life 3. And I was like, could that be a thing that drops today?
Seller. God damn.
Yeah, right. And I was just like, Half-Life 3, that would be crazy. But like, of course, it's probably not Half-Life 3, because when are we ever going to get Half-Life 3, right? Mm-hmm. But to see that I believe what they were referring to was this being the Steam machine, essentially the Steam console. It's like,
Well, they released 3 things.
is it?
So
Because the whole set, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So my question to you is, do you think that this is a earth-shattering announcement?
It would have been earth shattering if they released a date and a price.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, it's moving. It's interesting. It's eyebrow raising. I don't know if it's earth shattering.
yes, yeah. I
I mean, like, it's not like they already don't have hardware. This is just a Steam Deck without a screen and a battery.
yeah, like this is essentially doing the thing that a lot of people mentioned of like, okay, we see Xbox is trying to gracefully leave the console space.
Hmm.
It would be funny if Steam was like, all right, well, we'll enter that space that hole that Xbox left. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's what they're doing. And it makes a lot of sense for them to do that because there is a power in having a console versus having a PC in terms of the expectations of a console just working and all the other stuff. And it's just like Valve has the capital to do this. They've done it before in the past. It wasn't as successful. They really found their success in the Steam Deck. And it's just like,
Well, the
if
last Steam machine was really just
like
it
the
was
Steam boxes,
casting.
right?
Yeah, no, no, no. Shit, they did have one before.
Yeah.
Okay, this is their third hardware, TV connecting hardware. No, no, no. God damn. Continue. I know they had something where it was like it would cast basically your laptop or desktop to your TV to a Steam box.
Oh, interesting. That
But
I'm
then
not
I
even sure I
also
know about that.
that was the first thing they did.
Okay.
And then they had another thing where people could manufacture like a Steam box, but I think only like 2 or 3 I'm surprised you don't remember that.
Yeah, though that I remember that is the Steam box and like how they had that weird kind of like rollout where like they were certifying this thing as being a Steam box made
Mhm.
from whatever, producer or whatever. Yeah. But this is coming straight from Valve. Like this is Valve in a roundabout way entering the sort of console market. They're not the thing is what I find interesting is that they're not calling it a console. And I think
Yeah.
they're probably
They
doing that
straight up call it a computer, regular computer. You can
exactly.
change the OS, you can run different apps.
Yeah. And then speaking of OS, this has the Steam OS on it. It doesn't have Windows. And I think either Digital Foundry or some reputable testing company did a speed test between the Windows OS that is on the Xbox's ROG Ally Xbox. I don't know that thing. They did a speed test between that and SteamOS, and they found that SteamOS just is a faster OS, right? It doesn't pull as much resources as SteamOS does to run its games or whatever. Tech
Yeah,
talk.
so the issue with the first Steam Deck or Steam machine, whatever, that came back out in the mid 2000s. So that came out in 2015, but it was running
Mhm.
Windows, I believe.
Okay. Was
And
that the one? Was that the one that was just it could be made by any? Um.
yeah, they had
Okay.
partnered with a couple different manufacturers,
Okay.
but the market just wasn't ready for that yet.
Yeah. 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 So this is where we are now, and I think to answer my own question, is this earth shattering? No, but I think this is potentially a very big shakeup for PlayStation, Nintendo, maybe. Um, it is going to depend on what the price is. We don't have the price yet, so that could essentially be the killer, or possibly the like attractor
Yeah.
to something like
This
this,
has to
where
be under $500 to $600 because I mean, I
if it
understand
plans on
people use
competing with like
yeah.
PlayStation and Nintendo, yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, I think this is a really cool and sort of surprising announcement to come out of this. I do want to turn the attention to Xbox in what they are, or what their plans were in terms of having this like super high powered hybrid PC console that they were going to produce. This does really cut into that, because looking at the stats of this, the stats seem pretty
Here's one of the
bog standard.
Steam boxes if you want to pull it up. I just put that in our chat.
Okay.
Um, I don't see the other ones, but they are ranging between 500 to 6,000
Oh, okay.
because they allowed a bunch of different configurations. It just had to
Yeah,
have a minimum stat set.
right. So yeah, like, cause yeah, and the thing is like the main reason why I believe that push didn't work in the past was because that was too confusing. Where it's like
Mm.
essentially people were just buying computers that just happen to have the Steam sticker on it, and it's just like there's
Yeah,
no
I think you could
consistency
also build
essentially.
your own. Like it was just a lot, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where I
that's only
think
for the enthusiasts.
exactly, yeah, that's exactly what it was, and like I think this could do a better. This could be a better attempt at appealing to the wider audience that might be a little scared of buying their own gaming PC just because of how much it costs and all that stuff. But again, it
Steam
is going to depend on how
Steam
much this
Link. That
costs.
was the thing I was thinking of earlier.
Steam Link, yes, yeah, yeah, okay, yes, yeah, yes. So yeah, this is also going to come with the a updated version of this. Yeah, the updated version of the Steam controller, where it
Yep.
has essentially almost like the features of the Steam Deck, but just pushed into a controller
Without the
without
screen.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm interested in getting one.
yeah, I think this looks really cool. My thing is that like I just don't have a Steam library to be like, okay, I can buy this thing and use the library.
But you don't necessarily need a Steam library
Yeah.
because you're going to be able to just play PC games on it. I don't know if
Mm,
you, so I just love claiming free things. You know, I claim all the shit on
better than
PlayStation.
me.
I also
Yeah.
claim all the things on the Epic Store anytime I see something I'm interested in. So
Oh,
I
okay.
have a few games that are free already. And
Yeah.
Steam also has so many sales. So like there's no reason to not get stuff. This will
That's
be
true.
people's entry into the indie PC gaming market.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I might actually have to start just like because I do have access to the Epic Store. I
Hmm.
have a Steam account. I should start like just opening that stuff and just claiming stuff just to have it. Just to
Yeah,
have it.
man. Let me see how
So
many games
the
I got.
other thing before we jump to the next story is that we also don't know a release date for this. Um Probably sometime next year. If they're showing this now, Steam's not or Valve's not really a company to show something and then just let it sit for years. Like they're probably going to release this sometime soon. So next year, I think the farthest we could predict that they would release it would be next holiday.
It said early 2026, didn't it?
I think so. I said some point in 2026, at least from what I saw. But again, I think that would be the furthest away. I think we'd probably see it probably first or second quarter of next year. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool though.
Yep, 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 yep.
All right. Next up
It says early.
is
I'm sorry. It says early 2026
oh, it says early. Okay, okay. All right. Well,
on their official page. Anyway, go ahead.
oh, okay, cool, cool. All right. Number 2. Sony is making a Horizon MMO. Here's the video and details. This is from The Verge by way of Jay Peters. So I watched the video. It's about 10 minutes long. I'm not going to play the video because I believe firmly that we get a copyright strike if we put this video on the podcast. I was perusing through YouTube and I found one account that had the video on it and there was no thumbnail and it seemed like they had just put the video up. So if you want to watch the video, you can either catch this Verge article before they take it down, or you can catch a YouTube channel video before it gets stricken into the ether. But yes,
Strucken.
the rumor MMO, sorry,
Strucken.
yeah.
Shit. Go ahead.
The rumor MMO set in Sony's post-apocalyptic Horizon universe is real. And we've seen a video spilling details about the game before it's been announced. The new game is called Horizon Steel Frontiers, and Sony and the Korean video company NCSoft are working on it together. So, NCSoft. There should be a hesitance about that because I believe they make free-to-play games. But I don't think I wouldn't look at them like, oh wait, no. Okay, I'm sorry. NCSoft has a better category. Like they've made Guild Wars 2. They made Blade and Soul. Yeah. So don't think of them as like NetEase kind of thing. I'm trying to think what other I'm trying to find what other games they have worked on that is a bit more recent. And I am not nothing. Pro Baseball H3, I don't know what that is. All right, well, their catalog of games quite niche, we'll say that. But yeah, so let's get back into the article. So, based on more than 10-minute video we've seen featuring a mix of cinematics and pre-alpha gameplay footage, as well as developer interviews, the game will focus strongly on fighting the Horizon series giant mechanical beasts and being able to do so with other people. So, I'm just gonna. Did you by chance watch the video or not yet? No.
Horizon, I skimmed through it.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, what this is Monster Hunter, but with the Horizon skin on it. Like that is what it is, to the point where they have the video clips of the people cooking the meals that you will eat.
Yeah.
Most likely, just like in Monster Hunter, where you get buffs off the meals that you eat before you go out and hunt. The actual combat does look pretty fast. It looks very similar to like Horizon normal combat, which I think is a positive versus the more weighty and intentional combat style that you have in Monster Hunter, where it's like if you whiff on this attack, you're gonna get punished, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be like that for Horizon.
It's gonna be more accessible, basically.
Yeah, it's gonna be more. Yeah, exactly. Also to note, this is going to be a PC and mobile game, so there's nothing about a console release, which sucks if you are a console gamer like we are for the most part. But that's just what the audience is in Asia, and this is going to kill in Asia. Before I continue with this, as we all know, there was a state of play in Japan that happened. Sean, why was this not there? Like, can you imagine if they had ended with a tease to this there? Like, wouldn't that make sense?
Probably because it's not on a console. I don't think they've ever
Oh, shoot,
advertised
you're right. You're right.
any
You're
mobile
absolutely right.
stuff.
Yep. Yep. You are totally right about that. I didn't even put those two together. You're right. It's not on PlayStation, so why would they have it to State and Play? It's a PlayStation property, but it's not on a PlayStation
I mean, granted, they have shown like
game device.
The Last of Us on PC or whatever. They've announced PC stuff, but I don't think they've ever announced mobile stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why it wasn't there.
And they're not publishing it.
That's a good point too. Yeah. Okay, well, never mind then. You answered those questions flawlessly. Good. Did I set him up for that? Absolutely not. No, it was all him. All him. So yeah, this looks really interesting. It looks very much so like Monster Hunter. I have played a ton of Monster Hunter clones, and I've always been a defender of, when these rumors started first coming out about Horizon doing a multiplayer game, I was of the mind of like, yeah, that would be actually a pretty easy thing to do that could work. Yeah, exactly. Like the Horizon combat is probably the best part of Horizon, even though people may or may not like Aloy as a character, but that combat has never been the issue. So to have that be in a multiplayer setting with you fighting these robot dinosaurs that chunk away as you're hitting them, it's like, oh, that makes perfect sense as a multiplayer experience. So they're doing it here, which I think is cool. It looks pretty good, even though the video is pre-alpha, which feels kind of weird because pre-alpha means that we're not going to get this game at least for another like 2 years.
I mean, I'm not stressing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Get the game. Also, are we gonna play it? So yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. So it seems that this video surfaced before a apparent G-Star 2025 event in Korea later tonight. So I imagine we'll probably see stuff on this come tomorrow morning. So we're actually like really ahead of the curve, depending on how timing works, because the Earth is a sphere and time's a black hole. So yeah. Okay. Do you think this is gonna be successful? Say this is going to launch at the end of.
I don't think
say it's gonna launch. It's not for us. Like, I mean, it could be for me. It could be for me if I like played it on my computer or something and like put my PlayStation controller in the computer and did it that way. Or it's like, okay, this is the closest I can get to a console experience. But it's basically Monster Hunter, which does gangbusters for the Asian market.
Yep.
It's on mobile, which is the primary way that the Asian market plays games. And it's Horizon, which Sony says that Horizon is like one of their hugest franchises. So it's like it should do really well. Like, I guess the only variable is the developers making this game, because Guerrilla is working with the NC Soft developers, but they're not actually making the game. So that could be where the game falls off in terms of like quality.
I hope not.
Yeah. So I will say we'll see, but like I don't know when we'll see this, because like Shawnee brought up a good point about this not being on the PlayStation console. So it's like, how does PlayStation go about marketing this, and where does it? I mean, you know what? It could go in.
Are they going to market it?
You know what? It could go in.
This is different, but I don't ever remember seeing EA marketing Apex Mobile.
Oh, true.
And I did play it. I just don't
Yeah.
remember seeing, like, it was announced, and I don't ever remember seeing a marketing campaign for it. I don't know if that led to its demise, but
You know what?
Sony
I
may
can
not
see
push
this.
it at all.
I can see this being at Game Awards, where it's like this is a Sony property, so the people there understand that. But then the confusion part of like, oh, this is actually just a PC mobile thing. It's like that would be the audience that would understand that, like, oh, this is a PlayStation property, but it's not on PlayStation. I feel like that might really be the only place where you could do that, or I guess like a Summer Game Fest thing as well. But yeah, I wouldn't see this at a state of play, like because of that point that you made. But yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Before we jump into more Sony news coming out of Japan for Japanese people, not me, not me. Hey, do us a solid. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell. Thank you. We appreciate it. You are keeping us just above the water line. Yes. Thank you. And if you want, or actually if you're listening, please leave us a review. I don't know why I'm looking at the camera. If you're listening, you can't see my eyes look at you. Just know that I'm looking at you into your soul. Please leave us a review. Share this with a friend. Tell a family member. The holidays are coming. Give us the gift of spreading our podcast like COVID, but like a positive COVID, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks. All right, number 3. State of Play Japan, November 2025. All announcements. This comes to us from PlayStation.Blog. All right, so PlayStation, and I guess Sony announced that they were going to do this State of Play Japan thing. This is the first time they've done something where they've like had a signifier of like where the State of Play is coming from specifically. And it was interesting. They had 16 game announcements, there was 9 DLC announcements, and there was this new 27-inch gaming monitor with a DualSense charging hook. I watched it. I was going to do a live stream of it, and I'm kind of happy that I didn't do that because I didn't necessarily enjoy the State of Play, but I say that acknowledging that it absolutely was not for me. So it's not a thing where I don't feel like of the caliber to be like, oh, I'm gonna rate the State of Play, because that's unfair to the State of Play, because Marvel Tokon was probably the one thing that was like, oh, cool, a game. Everything else was like, all right, okay. But yeah, they had a number of titles here, and you know, some were of course bigger than the others. There was some indie stuff, but it was all very much, to me, it felt like this was sort of capturing the old like PlayStation, where it was like they weren't afraid of trying new things or being like a little like kooky or whatever in their games, whereas you know this had the wrapping of a State of Play, so you had the like cool PlayStation transitions that was doing a bunch of stuff to before you get to showing the actual games off. So I think it was presented well. They also had a host that was doing interviews with some of the developers and was basically just talking us through the games before they were being shown, which actually, now that I think about it, that has a very different feel from the general new State of Plays, where it is the that lady, forget her name. But yeah, she usually like does that hosting thing, and even the way that the developers are like posed is like a little different.
Yep.
But yeah, it was interesting. What was your feelings on it before we talk about some of the games?
I skimmed through it. I didn't see many games that were interesting to me, other than like
Yeah.
maybe this stuff isn't targeted to us. They Sony knows their market.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever side of the ocean it's on, and this wasn't focused for us, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I look at it as it was focused for the very niche is not the right word because we're in a niche industry. We're following a niche industry, so everything is niche in this industry.
Yeah.
But it was that specific like Sony cross anime fan Sony that niche and a niche fan that like really globbed
This
onto
was for
this
the
stuff.
weebs, and it's okay.
There you go. There you go. Yes,
I know
that's
you
the
didn't
word
want
that
to
I was
say
trying
it.
to think of in my head,
Yeah,
and I just couldn't
you was
get there.
trying to be
You got there
polite.
for me.
It's all right.
So yeah, um, I'm not gonna actually go through these games. Like it's a bunch of games. Go watch the state of play if you missed it. I think some of the interesting stuff though was that um BlazBlue, which was created
Mhm.
by Arc Systems, right?
I
I don't know
guess.
why I'm having a brain fart on that. Yeah, Arc Systems, the same people who have made Marvel Tokon and who have made Dragon Ball's Fighter Z. They're making a side scroller beat 'em up game in
Mhm.
the world of BlazBlue, which is really interesting. I apparently there might have been another one before, but I had no idea. So looking at this, it's BlazBlue Entropy Effect X, releasing February 2026. I was like, oh, this looks interesting because it's Arc System Works. That's their name. That's their name. And anything they make looks interesting. We had a couple other stuff. I'm just kind of skipping through. There is Digimon Story Time Stranger DLC being announced. Apparently, that Digimon game is just a really good game. Surprise, surprise.
Hmm.
Dragon Quest 7 showed really weird face. I'm I don't know how I feel about that art style, but it's a thing. Um Elden Ring Night Rain, there is going to be DLC to that. That's going to be hitting December 4th, and it showed new enemy types and a new um character you could play with. Fatal Frame 2, shout out to one of the scariest games that I watched one of my friends play. And he was so scared that he farted and we all laughed, but the game was still scary. Oh. Then there's Fate Trigger, which is a free to play game. I was very confused with this because I didn't know what I was watching, and it kind of bled into um another anime like game. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yes, the GTA 7 stuff. And then of course they showed Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. There's another closed beta happening for that soon, December 5th. Um, they showed Spider-Man and Ghost Rider, which they both look cool. The one thing about this that I'm starting to kind of like see when they release the different characters is like they went full crazy when they created the Iron Man like mecha looking suit,
Yeah.
but it seems like they didn't take that same crazy into like the other costumes or the other like heroes.
I
And
mean,
it's like,
they're
oh,
just showing
that's
favorites, and it is what it is.
yeah. It seems like that yeah. We have another Monster Hunter free title update. Um Nevergrave, which is made by the Power World developers,
Hmm.
and this looks like what they did to Pokemon when they made Power World. Nevergrave is essentially the analog or the the Hollow Knight like if you watch this game looks like Silk Song. It looks like
Gotcha.
Silk Song. And it's just like it's not Silk Song, but it looks like Silk Song. So I don't know. It's weird. I wouldn't do it. I don't know. But Octopath Traveler 0, uh Katamari DLC packs. And then Pac-Man has a Sonic wig cosplaying a Sonic. Things are happening in that game that seem pretty interesting. Not for me, but pretty interesting. Then you have another Sonic, the racing game, and then that's kind of it. That's kind of it. There's other stuff, but yeah, I don't have too much to say about this. It just wasn't for me. Some of the games looked interesting in their own respect, but not to me, not to my respect. So yeah, I'm just gonna move on to the next thing. Number 4, actually, did you want to say anything about that before I move on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Number 4, the Super Mario Galaxy movie's Rosalina will be voiced by Brie Larson.
Of course it is.
Yes. This comes to us from IGN by way of Rebecca Valentine. So this is just a way of us to talk about the new Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer, which I'm going to put on in a hot second. I watched it. It looked good. I thought, ooh, I wouldn't mind seeing that. And I think that was all it kind of needed to do for me, anyways.
Yeah.
Did you watch this trailer?
No, I'll watch it with my daughter later tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
In
watching
theaters
this,
in
I'm
April.
like, yes. It is in theaters in April. Like watching this, I was like, man, I need to have London watch the first Mario movie. And
And
then
watch that together?
no, we don't watch it together. No. She's watched some of it, but she didn't watch the whole thing. No, wait.
I
Wait,
feel
didn't
like
she
we
watch
took all
it?
the kids to go see something. Maybe that wasn't it.
Anyways, well, she'll watch it again. 'Cause if I forgot, she probably forgot. So yeah, we're gonna watch it again, and then hopefully in time to watch this, which I think looks super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this takes place, of course, after the first Super Mario Brothers movie where Bowser is tiny and they're introducing Bowser Jr. and Rosalina. And yeah, it seems interesting. They announced they during the Nintendo Direct, they announced who the voice actor was going to be for Bowser Jr. And I didn't recognize the guy, but I don't really recognize a lot of people. So it is what it is. But when they announced Brie Larson was going to play as Rosalina, I was like, oh, I know who she is. That's cool.
I don't
That's
care who they
cool.
get to.
I don't either. Like it doesn't. It's not a thing where I'm just like, ooh, that sounds like this person. Generally, I'm bad at that unless it's like The Rock or The Rock. I don't know. I'm just bad at that stuff. So I'm just like, okay, cool, sure, whoever. As long as they can play the character to the point where I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I'm fine with it. But yeah, this trailer looks cool. I am interested to see what they do with this. I can't wait to see the crazy worlds they'll be able to play around with, especially pulling from Mario Galaxy. And then this last little bit where they have Rosalina do her thing is really cool. Really cool. But yeah, that is the Super Mario Galaxy movie happening. I don't know. I don't know how they end that. Speaking of endings, not really endings, more like delays. Number 5, GTA 6 delayed again until November 2026. This comes to us from IGN. who saw this coming? Apparently, like half the internet saw this coming.
Yep.
I was one of the believers thinking that it was going to drop on May, but it's not. And this further puts other developers at a scramble who was dodging the May release date by releasing their games after May. But now they have to figure out how to dodge this new November date because
This
GTA
may
is going to
mean some
be,
things are pushed up.
could be, or some things are pushed to 2027. Oh Lord. So yeah, that's what's happening there. To note, it is very important to note that before this announcement was dropped, there was the Rockstar, or I guess Rockstar Take-Two was also in the news for firing a bunch of people who were organizing to form a union. So essentially, it seems like, and this is speculation, it seems that they had amassed a number of people to begin the unionization process, and Take-Two or Rockstar fired people with the bogus excuse that they were talking about work stuff on a non-work account or something, but
Yeah.
they were talking about work stuff because they had to for this whole union thing. So it appears that the number of people they fired dropped that number of people who is required before they can kick off the whole union stuff. So it seems like they were union busting. And to get that stuff out of the news, they dropped the whole GTA 6 delay stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, that's just, it sucks. Number 6, Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra delayed beyond early 2026. This comes to us from IGN. This I am
I barely remember
not,
this game.
yeah, I'm not so mad at this because I'm just like, oh, this is the game where we saw where it was Black Panther and Captain America. And the Black Panther was like semi like medium to light skin or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah, that was that. So yeah, that's the Amy Hennig game that is being made by Sundance Games. And we'll see it when we see it, I guess. The last time we saw it was during a Unreal like tech event where they're showing
Yep.
off like some of the features and stuff in the game, but it wasn't necessarily like a trailer for the game. So
Yeah, I don't know how excited to get about this.
exactly. Like we've had one trailer for this game, and that was essentially it. So we'll see this game when we see it, but it won't be anytime soon, or maybe it will. Yeah. Number 7, Insomniac only earned $567 with Sunset Overdrive an Xbox exclusive. This comes to us from Level Up by way of Victor Rosa. So $567 is not a lot of money at all. Like,
What?
okay, so essentially that is the profit made when you look at how much total money was made on the game versus how much it costs to make the game. So for it to be $567, that is a absolute failure.
Well, it says it sold almost 2 million copies.
Yeah.
I just think that the install base was lower, and that's not what Xbox gamers are looking for. I am very curious to see what it would do if they were allowed to port it to a
PlayStation.
remake, remaster to PS5. You know what?
But here's the thing, though. Like, because there was talks about Sunset Overdrive if it should like come back as a remake, remaster, or whatever. As far as I know, I believe Insomniac owns the IP, but with this being the number of like the profit they made, I
Yeah.
can imagine Sony's like, you're absolutely not going to do anything with that game. Like you are working on Spider-Man and Wolverine. Like
I'd be
you can
curious if Xbox released it in some form or fashion on PlayStation, since there are no. We have
oh
Halo. There are no
yeah,
red lines.
that's true.
A year ago, I'd say, shit, we ain't never gonna get to play this. I mean,
Well,
we could go play it on
I
Xbox, sure, but
if I feel like if I think because I think Insomniac has the IP, so I think Xbox can't even do that. I guess that
no, they have the
Insomniac
IP.
have to sign
They
off.
have the IP, but they can't touch the original. The original is Microsoft's.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, okay. I see what you mean.
so
Yeah, that would be
we would
interesting to
have to get the
see.
okay from Microsoft, but
Yeah, yeah, but like you're right in terms of the
the issue
Xbox
is there was
player
a
base.
co-developer and they took 7 million,
Good
and
lord.
the cost of bringing the game to market and promoting it and blah blah blah.
Good lord.
Yeah,
But yeah, but like just to go off of what you were saying, like you're right in terms of the Xbox audience isn't necessarily
checking for that.
um yeah, they're not expecting a game like this, especially from Insomniac, a developer they are not even really aware of because
I mean,
before
that's
this
not to say
Insomniac
that people
was
don't have multiple consoles. I'm sure they're
I
aware of
mean,
it.
yeah.
Insomniac, they had what the hell they make Sly Cooper.
No, Ratchet and Clank.
Okay,
So
I'm thinking
before
of
I think
Sucker Punch. Yeah,
yeah, I'm thinking I think this was before they made Spider-Man, right? I think this was before Spider-Man. Yeah, 2014. So this is before Spider-Man. So yeah, like they've mainly done Ratchet and Clank stuff. So I can totally
Mhm.
see how an Xbox gamer and be like, I don't even know who Insomniac is. Sunset Overdrive. Sure, this seems a little crazy for me, the first person shooter kind of
Yeah,
Xbox gamer. So
yeah,
I can understand why it's low, but yeah, I mean, Insomniac themselves, they were trying to do something different because they wanted to break away from the the wheel that is the Ratchet and Clank games. And they ended up doing something different when they went back to PlayStation. So, this is
yeah,
just one of those things where you live and learn.
yeah. They tried to make so they made a bunch. They made 3 Spiral games in a row,
Oh, yeah.
4
Oh,
Ratchet
yeah.
Clank games in a row, then Resistance. And
They
Resistance
did
sold
do
what they did. They
Resistance.
did that did well enough to make 3 Resistance games.
Yes, I forgot about
Ratchet and
Resistance.
Clank Future, three of those games.
Yeah.
Uh, 2 more Ratchet and Clank games, and then they made Fuse. If anybody played that,
Oh, yeah, Fuse. Oh, God.
and then
Oof.
Ratchet and Clank into the Nexus, and then Sunset Overdrive. So
Okay. Yeah.
they should have. I guess I don't know, man. Whatever. And
Yeah.
then they had a mobile phase because apparently they put out a couple games on Android and iOS back in 2015.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Mm.
Wow. All right. Well, that's it. And that's that for the gaming news. Now let's do the quick hits and then we can talk about what we've been playing. Number 8. New Ratchet and Clank game announced, but it's a mobile shooter. Thing? Hmm, hmm. This comes us from Kotaku by way of Zach Swisen. So yeah, it's called Ratchet and Clank Range Rumbler. It's a free-to-play multiplayer platformer arena shooter. That's what I think of when I think Ratchet and Clank. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yep.
My fear is that if this does well, this is where we'll see Ratchet and Clank, and I don't want that to be the case because I really like Ratchet and Clank as a series. Although I think after uh, the last one with the Rivet, I forget the name of it, but like I liked that like dynamic between Ratchet and Rivet and Clank and
Yeah.
Bolts or whatever the other character's name is. I like that I like that dynamic, but I feel like at this point they have to do something different with Ratchet and Clank because the whole like shooting and the shooting gallery of it is kind of like, at least for me, kind of like was wearing thin.
No, they
Just
don't.
like I know they
Are
don't.
you
But like,
telling Call of Duty they need to do something different?
I mean, they do
You telling
though. They
Assassin's
do. They do.
Oh, that's the core
I
mechanic of the goddamn game. Why are they changing anything about it?
I saw a clip
You gonna
of
tell Assassin's Creed to go drive some taxis? You gonna go tell
absolutely.
Kiryu Kiryu from Yakuza to go stop punching tigers? Like, it's just what they do, and that's what the people are there for. Like, go play another
But I
game.
will say, I mean, but like even with Yakuza, they went from beat 'em up to turn based, and it was like, oh, that's crazy, man. That was the like the boost that they needed, and I feel
Very
like
few games survive a major
change a
transition like
switch up
that.
like that. That's true. That's true. But yeah, I just think like I don't know. Whatever Ratchet and Clank game they release. I don't know about this whole free to play shooter thing, but a console thing. I'm gonna buy it regardless of whatever it is, just because I'm just that that mark
That
essentially.
guy.
Yeah. But yes. Number 9. Arc Raiders has now had the 4th best Steam launch of 2025. This comes to us from The Gamer by way of Sam Woods. So yeah, Arc Raiders is huge. It is, I think it was around like 300,000 concurrents on Steam when it
Crazy.
dropped or
Crazy
whatever.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it sold 4 million copies.
Arc Raiders.
I don't remember. But yeah, it has done. No, okay. Arc Raiders
At
had a
least 4 million, yeah.
4 million. Okay. It had 462,488 players concurrently. That's insane. That is no, that's actually not better than the Call of Duty numbers. No, I think it was like
I mean,
492.
it's good for other games. I mean, most games
No,
don't
I
have
know,
those
I know.
numbers.
Yeah, I know. Like a number like that high is close to 500,000. Like that is insane. The only thing to note that Tarkov is not on Steam and it is releasing a Steam version like very soon. So it's going to be interesting to see what those numbers are when they drop because
I
Tarkov
feel like they
is
missed the boat.
Oh yeah, no. I agree. But like Tarkov is the only thing that could possibly unseat Arc Raiders as like the go-to extraction shooter right now because those people who play Tarkov are still playing Tarkov, but Tarkov is like hardcore of hardcore like extraction shooters. So it's going to be interesting to see like what it does on Steam, like if it
This is
blows up or
supposed to
not.
be more accessible and just
It
more
is.
kind
Yeah.
of like Fortnite to shit, I forgot the guy's
PUBG.
name. There you go.
Yeah.
Like PUBG took
Yep.
too long to diversify where its platforms was. I'm sure it still has its core audience, but Tarkov seems like it did the same thing, and that's fine.
Yep. Yeah. And again, like there are people who absolutely are diehard for Tarkov and love it, but then there are people who, you know, really enjoy Arc Raiders, and it's just like that's what those games are there for. You know?
Yeah.
You find the game you like and you stick with it. The only thing that I'm very interested to see how Call of Duty does because you have Arc Raiders, which is pulling a lot of people. Like my IG like shorts or no, that's YouTube. Reels, I guess, IG Reels, whatever,
Yeah.
is blowing up with Arc Raider stuff now. Like it went from like I see Arc Raider thing every now and then to like Arc Raiders. I'm just like, oh my god. And the stuff is like it's funny content, but it is a thing of like I'm getting served that stuff in my algorithm. Like, okay, well, this is obviously doing something. And then you have Battlefield, which is doing very well still.
Yep.
I'm not sure where their concurrence is now, but like that seems to be the like generic FPS shooter that people are playing now that they have access to it. So Call of Duty, I think they have some work ahead of them to really pull the players away.
Mhm.
I feel like
Wait, when does Call of Duty come out?
I think
This
it's
week?
either this week or next week. I saw okay, so a little bit of a story time, right?
2 days from
So
now. Yeah, go ahead.
oh dang, okay, so the end of this week. The same day as Where Winds Meet? How dare they? Do they not respect Where Winds Meet? That's
They don't
crazy.
have to respect anybody.
No, they don't. No, they
They
don't.
just drop their
Okay,
date and yeah.
so last year before Black Ops 6, we had like they showed up the whole Omni movement, right? And it was just like I don't know how the general gamer is going to do or going to feel about this because like the movement tech already is kind of ridiculous in Call of Duty, and like that just exacerbates it. And I think this past weekend, or whatever, I was just, of course, on my phone scrolling, and Call of Duty had, or someone from the Call of Duty like promotional team or whatever, dropped the video of what people are doing with this new like wall jump mechanic.
Yep.
And when I tell you this dude was this guy was running in a hallway and he jumped off the wall and jumped off of 3 walls while shooting like while aiming down and shooting on the person's head and like killed them before he reached the ground. I was just like, ain't no way I'm playing this game. Ain't no way I'm playing this game. Like I feel like stuff like that is going to be such of like, what are we even doing in this game? Like, why is this a thing? Like, why is this happening? I don't know.
All
I
right.
mean, people are gonna love it. People are gonna love it because like that's gonna be the type of like die hard like movement sickos that really enjoy that stuff. But like I think the average gamer is gonna be like, absolutely not. I don't want any part of this. Like, I just want to have some time, some fun shooting people and not have to worry about this little ninja guy jumping off of the walls and like yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna be super interested about how that does. But I'm more interested in where Winds meet because I can be Crouching Tiger, Hidden DJ. Hidden DJ. That has to be my next AKA.
No.
All right. That's that. That's it for the games that we not no. That's it for the news. Now let's talk about the games we've been playing. Sean, what have you been playing?
Dispatch. This
Yeah.
game. If you want to call it a game, whatever. This story is great. The story is amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yes.
It has all the feels in it.
Oh man.
And I see people. I have 2 episodes left. They were released today, but I see people clamoring for a season 2 of this game.
Absolutely.
It seems short and sweet. I'm gonna go back and replay it, do some different decisions, but
Yes.
this game is great.
Yes. Okay. So the way we're going to talk about Dispatch, because there's not really, because it's a thing that happens, there isn't really a spoiler because you can affect the story in different ways. There's a spoiler at the end of episode 6, so I guess we can just not talk about that part.
Yeah.
But I think we can kind of bounce off each other like what your decisions were in certain points, at least from what I can remember, and then just kind of like talk about that because like I've been playing Dispatch too, and I am thoroughly enjoying the story of this game.
Did you
I
think
think
you
it
would
is.
enjoy it as much as you did?
No, you know, like I mean, not to hate on like the Telltale game team or whatever, but it's like I am like the decision making, like the fact that it is giving you a time frame to make these choices. It's like,
It will
oh,
choose
this
for you if
is
you don't.
Yeah. I've been caught with that a couple of times because I was just like, oh, I got a choice to make, or whatever. My time, it's already too late. But yeah, like I'm having a great time playing this game, and I can't wait to go back and like just do different stuff.
Hmm.
So the first thing was like that whole kiss blonde blazer. You say you didn't do that, right?
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. No.
Okay,
That like
good to know
in
you're not on
context
the
it was
Epstein
like
list,
right.
taking
Yeah, in
advantage of
context
drunk
it was
girls
just
like
like,
that.
why would I do this right now? Like that doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy that
Did
I was in
you
the minority.
yeah, same here. I was just like, all
A lot
right,
of
that's
predators
kind
out
of
there.
weird. Right. So did you pursue Blonde Blazer or Invisigo?
Invisigo, Invisibitch.
Same here. Yeah, right, yeah. Same here,
Call her by
same
her
here.
chosen name.
um when you did you pick in terms of the heroes, did you pick Phenomena, whatever hit that guy's name, or
Nah,
Waterboy?
I gave Waterboy a chance.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what's the other stuff? What's the other stuff?
Oh, who'd you choose to let go?
Oh yeah, I chose Coop.
I chose Sonar.
You chose Sonar? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really have any. I was hoping there was going to be a thing where you didn't have to cut any of them, but I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it is what it is.
So the reason why I chose Coop was literally because the mission before I had upped Sonar's intelligence to like maybe
Yeah.
maybe 4 or 5, and I was like, he has the highest intelligence out of my entire group at the time, and I was like, I can't let that go. Like I gotta keep that. And like Coop, I was still like figuring stuff out with
Well, I
her.
didn't like that he switched between forms. I felt like I
Yeah,
don't want to deal with that in the middle of missions.
yeah.
So,
Like I actually got lucky a couple times because I was able to use his like because when he's in his bat form. So Sonar is a hybrid where he's half bat, half man. Not Batman, more like man bat. But in his man form, he has whatever his intelligence and charisma or like the
flip.
chat skill, that stuff will swap to his vitality or vigor and his like attack and like combat
Yeah,
stats. So I was able to use the like extra attack and like vigor for like one of the other dispatched missions or whatever that I had to do. So it just happens to work out for me. But
gotcha.
it was a thing of like now going back, or now like if I were to do this whole thing over again, and now that I understand how this works, like even when the actual dispatch stuff, when you're like find or you're picking the missions and stuff,
Yeah, I wish it was more clear what it was asking of you.
yeah, like that was the thing that I had the hardest time because like the mission setup would be set up like, okay, this person needs help here. Um, um, how do you even they would give you a verb, right? And then
Yeah,
that verb you'd have to figure out, is that pertain to
anybody
the
specifically?
yeah, like the intelligence, charisma, mobility, vigor, which is your health, and then like combat. And it's like you have to figure out which one of your heroes has like the higher stats for that and like put them to do that rescue mission or whatever. But then after they do the rescue mission, they have because they travel to the place to do it, they have to travel back to HQ and then they have to
And rest.
rest.
Yeah,
Yeah. So like you have to balance all this out while doing the different missions for your different characters and stuff.
as
So
well as
that
occasional hacking mini games or what have you.
yes. Which like I think that helped make that whole section a bit more interesting because like there's
Yeah.
times where you just kind of waiting for something to like pop up,
Yep.
and then there's times where there's like three of them that are pop up at the same time. It's like okay,
Wait. Yeah.
yeah,
And then all
but
of
yeah,
them have unlockable skills to alter how certain things happen. So, like, I think Invisigal had a power to let calls stay on the screen a little bit longer before they disappeared.
Mm,
Or I
yeah,
think What the hell was the Mudman per? I don't remember his name. Golem.
The yeah.
He has an option to like fill out all the slots.
Yeah. So some of the missions require like either 1 hero, 2 hero, 3 hero, 4 hero. I think 4 is the max. So like as Sean was saying, like the Mudman, if you select him with that skill, he will essentially expand to the other slots, and each of the slots that he expands to, he gets a bonus to his like skills. So there's some times where it's just like you just put him and he expands to the other 3 slots, and like he fills up the chart because his skills just like expand out that way too, which is cool. I think I love the story. I love the characters. I love how I love some of the choices that you can make to like really impact what you're doing or how you're interacting with the characters, like especially with the flame guy. I forget his name.
Flambe.
Flame Flambe. Yeah.
Did you
Like
use water or alcohol on him?
I used water.
Okay.
I want to use alcohol to see what happens because I imagine he would just catch fire, but he's fire
Get hurt. Yeah.
resistant.
I use
Yeah.
water as
So
well.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Did
So
you
yeah,
fist bump homeboy in the bathroom?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah.
I was basically doing like a nice playthrough the first time around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I cannot wait to play this game over again just to like make the different decision to see what happens. Like I've had to the scene where you are talking to Flambe in the break room, then you can choose to throw the smoothie or the like food or whatever at him. I threw the food and then I had to reload the save because I had missed something or something. And then I threw the smoothie, and it's like Blonde Blazer sort of did the same thing. It's just that the food turned out to be her lunch, and she was like, "Well, make sure you go get me like another sandwich or whatever." So it's like I'm not expecting like I'm not expecting like big changes, but I think it's going to be a little different, especially with how stuff um goes with like Invisigirl and so on and so forth. But yeah, I think the only issue that I had with the game or have with the game is probably the dispatch game, the actual game of dispatch, like the dispatching of the heroes. Like I feel they've probably done the best they could with that mode. It's just not as enjoyable as like playing out the scenarios in the story. Yeah. So that's the only thing I'm just like, all right, I'd rather be watching the story more than doing this, but they did their best to like weave that into the actual story itself. So it's like, all right,
So
cool,
yeah,
that's cool.
so for those who don't know, this game was originally supposed to be a live action show right before COVID. COVID hit, of course, they reworked it into a game. Bada bing, bada boom.
That's crazy. I don't know how this would. I think this would be a cool concept for a live action show, but like, I don't know how that would go. I don't know how that would
I
go.
think I would have just enjoyed it being an animated series, but maybe it
Yes,
wouldn't have
yeah,
gotten as much attention.
yeah.
It's fine.
And then to note that the developer is an ad hoc studio, but this was made in conjunction with Critical Role, and Critical Role is a very very big like D&D YouTube channel. They also had a podcast. Like they basically just do D&D campaigns. So that explains why this game is so story heavy, where you can do different stuff and like
Yeah,
it has
I don't mind
D&D
it.
as like a backbone. Yeah, absolutely. Like this, yeah, I really enjoyed this game. So what else have you been playing?
Battlefield
Whoop,
6,
whoop.
the actual game, and Red Sec.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Well, I talked about Red Sec last time. I got a little update this time, but you can go ahead with your Battlefield talk. How you been? How you been enjoying the game?
So I started the campaign,
Mm.
bog standard campaign. It is what it
I
is. It's
mean,
fine. It's
yeah.
serviceable. People trying to take over the world, all that good shit.
Hmm.
Um, I am severely out of practice at first person shooters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm getting
I
my
figure on that.
stimulants back. I think the last thing I played was mm, God damn, Immortals of Avium, if you even want to call that a shooter.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the last shooter type thing, and then maybe I'm looking through the list of stuff. I haven't really played Marvel Rivals. I haven't played
Hmm.
Apex in a while. I stopped playing Call of Duty completely, so I'm like severely out of
Gotta get
practice
to see legs
with
back.
shooters. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate to see it. But I'm still having fun because Battlefield isn't a game where you're supposed to be a slayer just constantly getting kills. You're there for the mission,
Yep.
help repair vehicles, revive people, lay suppressive fire, all that stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's not strictly just go get kills, get a highlight reel. I do have highlight reels though, because I did win my
Yeah.
first red sec match last night
Okay.
with my
Okay.
wife and kids watching, and she's like, "All right, turn the shit off now. Watch watch the show." But
Clap for me.
please clap.
Right.
But I'm enjoying the game.
Yeah.
It's solid.
Awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm still on the free to play side of it. It's where I've just been playing Red Sec and Gauntlet. And I've been enjoying those modes. It's been a thing where I would play Gauntlet to
Mhm.
kind of warm up, and then I'll jump into like a battle royale match, and it's just like Gauntlet has been the way to, I guess, level up the guns as much as I can before jumping in Battlefield and like trying to get that all like squared away in terms of upgrading your guns to have better guns when you can get that like custom loadout
Yeah.
drop or whatever. I I have won I've won 2 battle royales. I've came in second maybe like 3 or 4 times or something at this point.
Yeah.
And it is like I don't know why I never glommed onto like Warzone. I guess maybe you know what it is. Okay, so it is the time to kill is a little longer in Battlefield than it is in
Yeah.
Call of Duty. And
You
I
feel like that?
think yeah, because
I feel
like
like once
there's
somebody
been
starts hitting you, you're dead. Or
so
maybe it's our time to kill a shit. But
so
once somebody sees me, I'm dead.
here's the thing, because I've been like, because like some of the streamers that I follow, they're playing Battlefield 6 as well.
Yeah.
When Battlefield 6 Red Sec just launched, there was a very, very, very bad like hit registration problem
Mm.
where you would be shooting bullets and like half your bullets would just go out in the ether and not do the damage you think you're supposed to be doing. And then
Yeah, they need to
yeah,
fix that, but they call that bullet deviation or something like that.
yeah, but like, it just it like you would get the hit markers, but it wouldn't it would take a while to register those hits. So if the person's ping is different from yours, if their connection is better, they would get those shots on you before your shots are registered on them. So that was an issue that they had. They've fixed it a little bit, but the time to kill just feels a little longer for me in this than Call of Duty, where it's like some person had to jump on me and I managed to get up, run away, jump, and like crouch down
That
into
person was
another thing
just
and
shit,
cover.
DJ.
Huh?
That person was ass at the game.
No, no, no. It's just the fact that like it takes more bullets to put a person down in this than it does in Call of Duty. Like especially
Maybe
in the battle
maybe
royale because you have the extra armor. Like that's what it is. You have the extra armor. So
oh
like
sure. Maybe
yeah,
they're putting me in a different elo because I'm getting washed.
yeah. See,
I ain't
and
getting a
like
chance to get up and run away.
and the issue, the other thing though, is that some of the guns just does more damage. So
Yeah.
if the person knows what guns to look for, they'll be able to do that like damage to push you down quicker. So I've been on teams where I was on this man's back and I was just like, hey, wherever you gotta go, I'm here. I will. I mean, like on the upper back, not lower back.
Hey man, you don't gotta explain to me. That's over here.
But yeah, like I was on teams where it was very much so I'm just following this guy. I don't know what we're doing, but like he's killing people, he's not dying. So this is where I need to be. I need to support this man. And then I was on other teams where it's like I guess we'll go over here and figure this out. And like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like I've been on like teams with like people who are level like 70 or like 60 or whatever, and they be doing stuff. I'm like, why are you doing this? This doesn't. No, I'm not doing any of this, and they end up dying. I'm like, all right, well, told you. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that mode. I think I am favoring Red Sect over Gauntlet just because
I
Gauntlet
played a little bit of
is
Gauntlet. I like it.
yeah, I like Gauntlet, but I need to play with people who know how to play.
we can play. We can play.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because like that's been my thing where it's just like, all right, well, we got to go capture this thing, and people just beeline to like the bullet fire. I'm just like, it's not team deathmatch. We got to capture the stuff so we can make it to the next round. Like, come on. So that's been my only issue with Gauntlet, where it's like red.
Yeah, people are basically not playing the objective. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah. And then the last thing before we end this off, it's more Battlefield 6, but more so just talking about the like guns themselves and like unlocking the guns or unlocking different attachments to the guns. Because I'm coming from Call of Duty where you have to bounce around with the different guns to like basically get everything. Whereas in Battlefield, it's, I guess, if you want to say it's like old Call of Duty where you can just focus on one gun and just keep playing that gun and leveling the stuff up. I like this approach, but it's kind of where it's like, I don't ever want to play with a shotgun because a shotgun doesn't work that well in Red Sect, or it's very situational in Red Sect or Gauntlet. So it's like the shotgun is very under level, and I'm just like, I would like more stuff for the shotgun, but I can't really find a situation where I can be effective with the shotgun. So it is a weird thing of just me being a free to play player where I can't jump into one of the, I guess, smaller matches and just kind of just farm that XP, or play Portal and farm that XP as well. But it's just been a thing. I'm just like, okay, well, I'll have to figure this out. Or even the sniper rifle suit. It's like the same issue, but different range issue. And Lord, sniping in this game is difficult because it's like realistic.
It has actual bullet drop and wind changing.
But it feels good when you hit somebody, though. Like, it's an accomplishment.
The thing is, if you're good at it, it's consistent, because I don't know if you've seen the old man gamer who's been playing Battlefield for years, and he can just look at you for half a second and boom.
Yeah. Take you out.
But I also think he's a veteran, so that man is just sick.
Yeah.
Stick with it.
And he understands how this works outside of the game. But yeah, like the sniping is difficult, but it feels great if you get a shot off, or especially if you take someone out. Like, anybody else see that? No one else see, because no one else is around me. It's like, whatever. I saw it, so I'm happy. But yeah, I'm enjoying Battlefield 6 Red Sect. I will continue to play this probably for a while. I haven't bought Battlefield 6, and I'm sort of trying to figure out if I need to, because it would really be the multiplayer stuff.
You don't think you'd play any of the multiplayer stuff like Conquest?
Probably down the line where I actually get bored of like Battle Royale. I'm just like, all right, I need something different to do. Then I'd probably just buy Battlefield 6 to get access to the full thing. But like right now, I'm still having fun with the Battle Royale. So I'm just like, I'm good with this for right now. But yeah, Probably down the line, I'd actually just buy the whole thing. But that's going to be later on because I have Where Winds Meet to play. Where Winds Meet.
Sure.
Watch this game be trash, and I'm just like, oh, I can't believe I spent so many time saying the title for that thing. Anyways, it's late. Let's wrap this up. All right. Well, this has been another episode of Press X Start Gamers Digest. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoy making it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget, if you're listening, please listen to us.
Still listen to us, guys.
Yeah. Keep listening to us, and don't stop. Keep
don't listening. Stop the beat. Don't stop.
All right. He stopped before we got a copyright strike because that was 1-to-1 with the actual song itself. It's pretty good. If you're listening to us, please leave a review, share with a friend. It's the holidays. The least you could do is give a gift of us to them. Thank you. And then you can join our Discord by going to pressx.com/Discord. Yes, do that. All right. Okay, take care. Bye. Keep playing games and wash your hands. Flu and COVID still out there.
Yeah.
Wrecking lives in free time. All right.